Welcome to the Sweet Smiles podcast, where smiles are baked into every story. I'm Chelsea Bogg, Marketing Director with Icing Smiles, and in this podcast, we share the heartfelt stories of the families, volunteer bakers, donors, and community members who make our mission possible. Every dream cake has a story behind it, and today we're sharing one of those stories. Welcome back to the Sweet Smiles podcast. I'm Chelsea, and today we're talking about one of the sweetest programs that we have that many people don't even know exists, our Cookie Club. Our guest today is Amy, and one of our incredible sugar angels who has baked an amazing 48 surprise cookie sets for families facing critical illness. Amy, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's incredible. But
Thanks.
before we dive too much into the Cookie Club, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are outside of baking?
I am an attorney I was with the Sacramento County Public Defender's Office. Now I'm just winding down my practice. So I have one case left and then I'm totally retired. So
Good for you.
I know, I'm so excited.
That's amazing.
Thanks. I have triplets who are going to be 32 years old. Wonderful little people. And I like to bake. I ride bikes. So
Very cool. How did you get into
thanks.
baking?
Actually, I was one of those people who didn't even know where the kitchen was when my kids were growing up. Their dad would leave and they'd be like, Mom, what are we going to have for dinner? It's like, well, McDonald's,
Right.
all of those. But then they all went off to college. So we went from a house full of 5 people to just 2. And I needed something besides work to occupy my time. So I started watching YouTube, checking out Pinterest, and I just kind of developed into doing this. And it was a wonderful surprise to discover it.
How neat. And I'm sure a total difference from your day-to-day work and what you do.
Yes.
That it's got to be a nice breakaway.
Yes, it is. Very much so. Nobody yells at you when you hand them cookies.
More power to you. Well, how did you first hear about Icing Smiles?
I was trying to think about that. I think I've known about Icing Smiles for a really long time, but I always thought it was just the huge cakes, which are so impressive. And then I was at a cookie con ages ago, and there was a desk there, and they were talking about the cookie program. And since I don't do cakes, I thought, well, that would be a great way to get involved and volunteer and do something that I can handle.
So cool. Yeah, there are bakers who do both cakes and cookies, but there are so many bakers who are only cakes or only cookies. And it's neat that we've expanded our program to cater to both.
Well, it's nice that you send cookies afterwards. It's so the families don't feel totally forgotten. I love that.
Yeah, it really is a special touch. And we'll get into it here soon. But the messages that we've received from families post receiving their cookies, somehow the world just knows when they need to get them, and they get them on that right day.
Yeah.
So that all said is most people know Icing Smiles for the cakes that we do, for our dream cakes, celebrations of birthdays, special events, different ends of treatments. But our Cookie Club is something a little bit different. Can you explain what Cookie Club is from your perspective?
It's just, so we sign up and we get assigned a family. We are given the name and the age of the kid, but that's all we're given. So it's kind of, we get to use our own imagination, our own creativity, and then we just send off a dozen cookies to whoever we're assigned to. And it's just a nice feeling to send off the surprise and let the families know that Icing Smile is still thinking about them.
Yeah, I love it. So our Cookie Club, for those who have not heard of it and are joining us for the first time to learn about it, these families are, we have a behind the scenes algorithm but for forward facing, it's an algorithm that we have worked out that the families that we have served cakes get a surprise cookie package somewhere down the line after they've received a cake. That these come, you have no warning, they come in the mail, and our bakers get to totally go with it, have fun, and design whatever they would like. So I've seen we have our social media that everyone shares their work that they do. And it's so cool to see how each baker kind of puts their own spin on it, makes it work, and takes the child's name and age and just goes for it. So what does it feel like for you, that knowing that you're creating something for somebody that's going to arrive totally out of the blue?
It makes me feel good. I mean, and surprises are always wonderful, especially if you're going through a hard time. It's always nice to get and cookies are always great, but to get just something, a little surprise, to know that people are still thinking about you, it makes me feel good to be able to be part of that for these families, because I can't even imagine what some of the families are going through. I mean, it would just kill me if my child had some of the medical issues that our families deal with. So
Yeah, it's
it
special. It's a
makes me
great way
feel
to,
good.
yeah, it's a great way to give back. But it is one of the pain points, for lack of a better term, of the cookie program is, unlike the cake program where a lot of our bakers do get to meet the child and the family, you don't. What keeps you motivated in going making the cookies, even though that you don't always get that same gratification?
That doesn't bother me. You guys let us know if a family writes back and says, well, we appreciate it. And that's always nice. But it's a fun way to just create a set of cookies that someone's not telling you what they want or, directing you. So, and that's always kind of fun. So I like that. I'm also a cookie cutter hoarder. So I get cutters and it's like, oh, I get to use these for something.
Yes.
So,
And that's the really cool part about the cookie club is, like, it is totally on you. How do you usually decide the themes or what you're doing?
a lot depends on if it's a boy or girl and their age. Like if it's a 16-year-old boy, I'm not going to send unicorns and rainbows. So I try to go something. And I know we're not supposed to make it just for the child, it's for the whole family. So I try to gear it towards the age, but not totally.
Yeah.
And then also for the season, I don't do holidays because a lot of people don't celebrate the same holidays.
Great point.
So I do a lot of animals. In the wintertime, I do Let It Snow and all that kind of stuff. So you just kind of, I let the name and the age guide me, but it's not the end all.
Yeah. So fun. It's neat. We at CookieCon was talking to somebody and they're like, I want to be a part of the cookie club, but I'm just not sure. I'm busy. And I'm like, the cool part about the cookie club is that it's not, there's not a set day it has to happen. There's not a set anything like that. There's not a set theme. And I recommended to her and for other bakers listening who this might work for those bakers that sell, if you have a cookie set, to me, when I make 3 dozen cookies, it really doesn't matter if I make 3 dozen or 4 dozen. If I have all the icing made, if I'm doing all of it, it's not that big of a difference. So make another dozen of the set you're working on. If that set can be
Right.
universal, there's ways to still give back and support others and give during their hard times while still being realistic with time and things along those lines.
Right. Right. And the other nice thing is that you're always given the option not to send. You
Yes.
notify us at the beginning of the month, and if it's a really busy month, then you can say no, and you still get an invitation to join up the next month. So that's always nice. You can kind of work around vacations and kids out of school and such. So
Yeah, really great point. It's on a month-to-month basis that you get to decide and volunteer to be a part of the program. So when life hits, you just step back for a second.
right, right.
Because it does.
Yes, it does.
uh, well, we talked a little bit on it, but from the organization side, we do a lot of time receive messages from families with them, or whether it's tagged on social media or sending us an email. And I have just a handful of them here that I'd like to read to show the impact of what these cookie packages can do. So we received one that said, "This was the first time my child smiled all week."
Oh,
Another that said, "They couldn't believe someone made these just for me." It arrived on the hardest day and it reminded us that we were not alone. And then parents telling us that they cried opening the box because someone remembered them without being asked. And these are the messages that we receive to show the importance of what this program does. These cookie packages, they're more than just somebody getting cookies. And don't get me wrong, everyone loves sweets and cookies and they're
right.
fun and happy, but their hope, their encouragement, and they're a reminder that we still remember them and that we care about them throughout their journey, not just on that one day that they chose to celebrate with their cake. From your point of view, is there something specific that you hope the families feel when they open their cookie packages?
Just that they haven't been forgotten. Because I imagine, like I said, I've not been through that, thank goodness. But I imagine there are times when, especially moms feel overwhelmed with not only dealing with the medical issues, but especially if there's other kids in the house. So I think it's nice just to have someone, say, "Oh, look, someone's thinking about me. We're not forgotten. We're not down in the ditches by ourselves." And that I think is really important, especially on the hard days.
Yeah, beautifully said. It's the medical world is isolating, and a lot of these families do have to stay home, can't go out. They have to protect themselves against germs, things along those lines. And the siblings get put to the side, and it's a dozen cookies that are sent. There's enough for the whole family. It creates joy and happiness. So these cookie packages really are more than just cookies.
Yeah.
So for someone listening who decorates cookies and they're wondering if they should volunteer, but they're nervous, what would you tell them?
Oh my gosh, it's the easiest thing in the world. Um, you send them off, you do what you want to do as far as use your creativity, and then you mail them off, and it's just easy. And there's no timeline. I'm a terrible procrastinator, so I always wait to the last minute. In fact, I'm mailing off my set this month today.
Oh,
Um,
still July.
it's still July. So, and that's the nice thing about not having a set date that they're due. They're just due within the month. So you can kind of work it around whatever else you have going on. And it's a good feeling. Every time I go to the post office and drop off a box, it's just the post guy always asks, "Well, where are these going?" And I explain to him, and just makes you feel good, which
Yeah.
I guess is kind of selfish, but it does make you feel good.
It's selfish in the most beautiful way, though. Like,
Yes,
it's selfish in the most giving manner. We're allowed to feel the joy out of this program also. It is for
yeah,
us. It puts a lot of happiness into the world, and if it's something that we can find joy in also, it's a win-win for everybody.
agree.
So we're going to switch to a little bit some fun questions. Just talk about baking here. Do
Okay.
you have a favorite cookie flavor?
Um, I only really do only two different flavors. I do the regular sugar cookie, but I use brown sugar and
Yum.
cookie nip. Have you ever tasted?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Okay.
It's so good. I always buy a gallon at Cookie Con. It makes it taste kind of like caramel.
Oh,
And
yum.
then I make also local wildflower honey cookies, and it has just a different taste. So those are the two that I do mostly.
They sound delicious. I
Thanks.
like the unique flavors. Do you have a favorite holiday or time of year to decorate cookies for?
Um, Actually, I like doing birthdays best.
Yeah.
Holidays just get so crazy. There's so much going on, and you have all this stuff to do, and you kind of are stuck to one design. It's all Christmas, so it's all whatever Santas and trees and stuff, or Valentine's are all hearts and whatever. I like birthdays because you get to do so many different themes and whatever. So those are my favorite things to do, are birthday cookies for little kids.
So fun. Do you like to flood your cookies or are you a dipper?
Oh, I flood.
Yeah.
I tried dipping. It's just way too messy. It gets all over your hands.
I'm a dipper.
Are you?
I mean,
Oh,
if it's going to be flat iced, but the circles, the rounds, the things like that, I just want to dip and go.
well, hopefully I can figure out how to do it. But every time I try, my hands are all covered with icing. My table's all covered with icing.
That's how I'm working with chocolate. Anytime I'm working with chocolate in my kitchen, I'm like, I end up the whole kitchen's covered in chocolate. And don't get me wrong, I like chocolate and I like to eat it, but I don't want my kitchen covered in it. Do you need coffee while you decorate? Do you need loud music? What's your setting?
I listen to true crime. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Most cookie people do.
Yeah.
So I listen to a lot of podcasts, and then I discovered Libby, which
Uh-huh.
is an app where you get free audiobooks through the library. So I've been listening to a lot of historical fiction books. And then if it's really late and I'm super tired, I have a special playlist that I put on that just keeps me awake.
Heavy metal screaming? No, I'm just kidding.
No. But it's pretty loud music. So
Right. It's the only thing that would keep me awake late at night. I'm an early morning girl, not a late night girl.
yeah, no, I'm a total night owl.
Is there a design that you get tired of making?
I haven't yet. I do not like doing character cookies, but nobody does, right?
Yeah, faces.
Faces. I hate faces.
Terrible.
So, but most of my clients are families with little kids. So I get a lot of variety of, I always ask them to send me an invitation because with my 3D printer, I can make cookies that are exact duplicates or replicas of the invitation. So I like doing that, but character cookies, not so much.
Yeah. So in retirement, is your plan to dive into cookies, or are you going to allow yourself a little break?
I do cookies a lot. I'm real close to my kids. So, one of them lives down in Southern California. So I go visit her as often as I can. Another one just moved back from Japan. So
Wow.
in my home, they're living in my home. So that's nice. So I'd spend a lot of time with my kids.
Oh,
My third one is like 2 miles away. So
it's nice when
yeah.
everybody's close. I know in my family,
Yeah.
we're 3 hours apart now, but we'll still meet up in the middle for dinner sometimes because
Oh, yeah.
it's important.
They always need mom. They always need mom.
Exactly. Well, Amy, thank you so much, not just for being here today, but for everything that you do and for being a part of the Cookie Club. 48 surprise cookie deliveries for 48 opportunities for families to smile and feel remembered. It's an incredible gift that you've provided, and we're grateful to have you as a part of the Icing Smiles.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so proud to be part of you all, too.
Thank you for listening to the Sweet Smiles podcast, where smiles are baked into every story. If today's story inspired you, we invite you to learn more about how you can support the mission of Icing Smiles, whether that's by volunteering, donating, or simply sharing our story. You can find out more information at www.icingsmiles.org. Until next time, keep spreading kindness and helping us bake more smiles.